Superheroes are supposed to help people, but it doesn't mean that all of them get along. In fact, two superheroes both claim the same city and hate each other's guts. There's Jungle Man, who uses his abilities to control all plant life. Incredibly powerful with difficult control over his abilities, Jungle Man is always floating between human and animal, struggling to find purpose in his life. And then there's Rock Girl. Rock Girl has incredible training and discipline, but some people just don't like her. They think she's too cold, too difficult. While Jungle Man, even though he's chaotic, is beloved by his people. They've been fighting with each other since they were little kids. "Hey, that's not fair," Jungle Man said. Rock Girl created a mini mountain, launching herself into the air and landing on top of a building, grabbing the flag. The superhero, with his arms crossed, nodded, impressed. "Good job, Rock Girl." Jungle Man grew a giant tree out of the ground and landed, looking at the giant superhero with his red cape fluttering in the wind. The way he controlled himself, the stern demeanor he had, it was so cool. Jungle Man felt like he could never be that cool. He was calling himself Jungle Man even though he was 13 years old. "Keep trying, buddy," the superhero put his hand on Jungle Man's shoulder. "You'll get there eventually." Years later, the two of them were 23, and Rock Girl was still the official superhero of the city. But that was about to change. Jungle Man ran through the city's Central Park. A villain was using shadows to jump from one to another, holding a kidnapped girl over his shoulder. Jungle Man could not mess up. This was a serious, high-stakes task. "Ugh," Jungle Man said. He created a tree, shifting the shadows, sending the criminal jumping out in a direction he didn't expect. "What?" the criminal said. Jungle Man punched him in the face, knocking him to the ground. "It's okay, sweetheart." Jungle Man kneeled down and looked at the terrified girl in the eyes. "Come with me. The heroes are here now." The girl hesitated for just a moment, but just a moment was all the criminal needed. He grabbed the girl and was about to jump in the shadows when, ka-tunk, he got knocked in the head by a rock and fell to the ground. Jungle Man rolled his eyes. "Seriously?" "What?" Rock Girl said, walking out from behind a tree. "You look like you got it till the last minute." She was beautiful. That's what Jungle Man hated her the most for. She was distracting him. He had to become the superhero of the city, not her. She'd been undercutting him at every moment. "Whatever," Jungle Man rolled his eyes. The little girl looked between Rock Girl and Jungle Man and finally jumped into Rock Girl's arms. "Is he your boyfriend?" she whispered into Rock Girl's ear. "No," Rock Girl said, rolling her eyes. "He's not my boyfriend at all. I wouldn't date a guy like him." "What's wrong with me?" Jungle Man said, growing a fern out of the ground and giving it a high five. The girl and Rock Girl laughed. "How does she know about dating? She's 6, Jungle Man said. The two of them laughed. Rock Girl smiled sympathetically at Jungle Man. "Listen, about the evaluation. You better prepare," Jungle Man said, smiling. He'd been waiting for the Golden Dawn evaluation all month. Every year, the best superhero team on Earth, Golden Dawn, held auditions for new members. They would ask all the superheroes in the city to try out, but usually they would only accept about 1%. Jungle Man knew that Rock Girl was trying out, and normally a hero's regional hero would be the only one trying out. But not Jungle Man. He had been going for Rock Girl's spot this entire time, and he was finally going to pass her. "All right," Rock Girl said. She looked at him and made a sympathetic expression on her face. "What?" Jungle Man said. "Nothing," Rock Girl said, smiling. The next day was the day of the evaluation. A huge man with golden skin, Sunset Man, arrived. "Anybody here for the evaluation?" he said. A huge crowd of fans smiled, waving, trying to get pictures with Sunset Man. He nodded and smiled at the crowd. But finally, only Jungle Man and Rock Girl stepped forward. "Come with me," Sunset Man said. He created a platform out of pure light. Jungle Man couldn't believe how amazing it was. They flew into the sky until finally they were floating high above the city. Sunset Man looked at Jungle Man and Rock Girl. "You understand that this is the best of the best, right?" They both nodded. "And which one is the regional hero?" "Me, sir," Rock Girl said. Jungle Man seethed with jealousy. Even though Rock Girl was a good person, she was another superhero. In this moment, Jungle Man hated her. He was going to prove to her that he could do what it takes. "Okay, well, I've been tracking a supervillain named the Alligator. He's in swamps to the south of here. The first one of the two of you that catches the alligator wins, but understand, the alligator is incredibly lethal. I recommend the two of you work together. I'll be watching from the distance. I can see everywhere the light touches. Good luck." The two of them raced for the swamp. Jungle Man creating giant trees to launch himself into the air, and Rock Girl tunneling underground, going towards the direction of Alligator Man. He knew in this moment that if he didn't prove himself, he would always be second best, always be chasing Rock Girl. It wasn't hard to find where Alligator Man was hiding. There was a giant cave in the middle of the swamp, with blood trickling out of it. Fast food wrappers, strange bits of trash. Jungle Man was a little scared, but he drew strength from the plants in the ground. He controlled every single plant on Earth, an incredibly powerful ability. So what if he didn't control it 100%? He was much better than he used to be. He stepped into the dark cave, and he heard something that made his heart sink. A girl whimpering and crying. "Time's up, Alligator Man." The ceiling moved. Jungle Man only had a moment to create a shield out of rock bark when Alligator Man bit down, almost crunching on his face. "Such a cute little hero," Alligator Man said. "Are you here to be my lunch?" Jungle Man saw on the floor of the cave were bones of people that Alligator Man had been eating. Jungle Man got ready for a fight. He drew from the chlorophyll of the ground, and he created a huge canopy of thick, dense plants. Alligator Man screamed, and he bit through them, slashing. "Come with me, sweetie," Rock Girl said. Alligator Man heard her taking the hostages to safety. "I'll hold him off," Jungle Man said. "Okay," Rock Girl said. He heard her taking the hostages out of the cave as he fought with Alligator Man. Alligator Man was super strong and super fast. He bit and slashed through the plants until finally Jungle Man was exposed right in front of Alligator Man. "Ah!" Jungle Man said. He put up a tree in front of him, piercing Alligator Man's mouth. Alligator Man roared in rage. The huge half-man, half-alligator smashed down onto his tree, and finally, Jungle Man was completely exposed. He tried to call onto the plants, but he couldn't get them to come. Alligator Man bit down towards Jungle Man's face, and crunk. 3 rocks, 2 from the bottom, 1 from the top, trapped Alligator Man's head in the middle of the cave. "Don't worry, I got him," Rock Girl said. "Hey," Jungle Man said. "He was mine. Did you get the hostages to?" "Already at Sunset Man," Rock Girl said. "He said I have the position if I just bring him Alligator Man, so do you mind getting out of the way?" Jungle Man stepped in front of Rock Girl. "I'm not gonna let you have this one," he said. "Look, Jungle," Rock Girl put her hand on his chest. "You're a great superhero. I'll be sure to let you have the regional position after I join Golden Dawn, but..." "No," Jungle Man said. He trapped her in a canopy of trees. "What are you doing?" Rock Girl said. Alligator Man chuckled. "Have you two ever dated yet? You seriously need to resolve the tension." "Shut up!" both of them said to Alligator Man. He kept laughing. Rock Girl put her hand out, and suddenly crystals shot out of every aspect of the cave, immobilizing Jungle Man. "Come with me," she said. She waved her hand, but Alligator Man was faster and stronger than she anticipated. He bit down on her arm, and Rock Girl could barely defend herself, turning her skin to rock at the last moment. Ugh! She fell to the ground. Jungle Man was trapped in her crystal, but Rock Girl was hurt. Yeah, he hated her. She was his rival, but he'd also known her forever, and she was a good person. She cared about the people she saved. Jungle Man would not let her die. Alligator Man punched through Rock Girl's rock shield. He bit down on her face. It would only be a second until Jungle Man screamed. A bamboo shoot shot out of the ground, piercing through Alligator Man's stomach. Alligator Man screamed in rage, bleeding down onto the floor of the cave. My scales. And even though he was bleeding, he would be fine. Jungle Man pierced him with effortless accuracy. "Rock Girl!" Jungle Man escaped from Rock Girl's prison and found her lying on the floor of the cave. "Did we win?" she said, smiling softly. "Yeah," Jungle Man said, smiling. She relaxed, laying her head onto his chest. It was the most intimate and sweet gesture anyone had ever done to Jungle Man in his life. His heart started beating quickly. He blushed a little bit. We won, right?" Rock Girl said. "Yeah." She hugged onto him, and Jungle Man wanted this moment to last forever. Sunset Man carted away Alligator Man towards a superhero prison. "Both of you did well," Sunset Man said. They both looked at him eagerly. They wanted this so incredibly bad, but Sunset Man smiled and shook his head. "Not today. Give it a couple years." Both Rock Girl and Jungle Man held their heads down in disappointment. Sunset Man laughed. "I remember when I was as eager as you to join. Don't worry, you usually join in your late 20s anyway. Both of your powers are good enough. Keep practicing, keep working together." Sunset Man raised an eyebrow, smiling. "And go on a date, for God's sakes. Seriously." He flew into the sunset with Alligator Man, and Rock Girl and Jungle Man looked at each other, smiling. "You know," Rock Girl said, "I don't have to be the regional hero anymore. We can share it." Jungle Man shook his head. "It's yours. I'll get it next time." "No." Rock Girl put her hand on his shoulder. "I want to share it with you. I couldn't have stopped Alligator Man if it wasn't for you. She blushed a little bit. And, are you gonna ask me out, or what? Jungle Man smiled. Maybe. She laughed. And even though Jungle Man didn't get what he wanted, he felt safe. Like he knew everything was gonna be okay, somehow.